Alright, yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Orsini Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. Back again with another undefeated deck profile. I took Blackwings to my OTS Structure Deck tournament for the Red Dragon Archfiend Structure Deck. Went 4-0, had some great results, tough matchups. Yeah, I think this is honestly such an underrated deck. Shout out to Kanak Gaming. So much inspiration from that guy and all his builds. Um, yeah, let's hop straight into this. Let me move these to the side. I got your good old tokens here. So, starting off, we got 3 Simoon. I mean, realistically, the best starter in the deck, besides probably the next card here. But you open this guy, it's just sometimes they can't stop you. It's just done at that point. Then we have 3 Sudri. This card by itself does so much for the deck. Like, just the amount of versatility it has is crazy. And unlike the Kali Yuga build, it really allows you to use it as a second effect where you contribute a monster to get a token. And it does lock you to synchro, but it makes the board so much better. So we got those. Then we have 3 Vada and 3 Shamal. That's the best tag team duo in the deck, you know what I'm saying? Vada, just this card, honestly, it eats Ash, eats Imperm all game, but I mean, amen. It's that strong that it has to get hit. Shamal, that's the homie right there, placing the Black Feather Robin face up. Once that card's on field, a lot of the time you just play through Nib uncontested if you know the proper lines and whatnot. So yeah, those are all 3 ofs for sure. No real complaints there. Then for the 1-ofs, we got 1 Sharnga. This card's crazy for Routing Floodgates. It won me my 4th game against a Runic Stun. Crazy card. It also won me my first round out of anti-spell. Pretty crazy. Chinook. Someone gave me a crazy miscut version of this card. It looks kind of sick. This card is so good. You'll add it back to your hand, your opponent will read it, and then they'll fully just forget that it's just a full-on Veiler on their turn. Crazy card. Harmaton comes up once in a while, but good for extension. And Zephyros. This card's just broken in this deck. It's way too good. When that thing's in the grave, you reset the Black Feather Whirlwind. It's a soft bounce per turn. Goes crazy. Yeah, you just need the 4 little ones here. The 4 1-ofs. Then for the Blackwing spells and traps, we have 2 Black Whirlwind. Most of the time you play it at 3. It's just with this deck you want to keep it more consistent. So 2 is fine. 2 is fine for me. 2 of the Black Feather Whirlwind as well. Hard opening, it's great. If not, Shamal just places it anyway. You don't want to brick on too many of these either. And then 1 of the Twin Shadow. This card is so good. The amount of games it wins, either going into Silverwind to pop 2 monsters, or if you don't end on full Armor Master, you just go into that. And it's crazy. It's truly a broken card. It's so nice. There's lines with it that if Chinook is in your grave, you could use it, special Silverwind, go chain 1, Silverwind, chain 2 Shamal to add back the Chinook, and then you have a pop 2 and an Imperm in your hand. Then we decided to play the Bystials, so 3 Lubellion, and then just 1 Serenir, 1 Mag, 1 Druis, and 1 Branded Beast. I was playing Regained before, but I just felt like it was redundant, but I might just try playing only Regained and not Beast. But Beast presents so much of an interruption just on its own. And no, these cards are great. Opening Lubellion feels so good with his Ult Synchron. That's the next card that's coming. That by itself represents Baron, Dissipator, Beast, no normal summon. It does a lot. And even before the limited list, you only play the Mag at 1 anyway, because a lot of the time these can just be hand traps. But they're also small world bridges, and they're also just part of your engine. They help you play through sticky spots. And one of my favorite cards in this deck, to be honest, Triple Assault Synchron. This card is so nice. Sometimes it's just good to push your Blackwing plays through because they don't expect you to have another extender in hand if they Imperm the Sudri. And this just acts as something to really push your plays through. Love this card. And just the interaction where you go for the Bystial route with the Assault Synchron. You bring out Dissipator, Lubellion tributes to Dissipator. This card banishes itself to bring back Dissipator. And then you bring it back with Dissipator to make Baron. It's crazy. I don't have Prosperity, so I opted just to go for 3 Small World. And I mean, this bridges the entire deck together. between the Blackwings, Bystials, and Assault Synchron, it's just bridges all over the place. And I also catered my hand trap lineup to playing Small World, which it did work out. I do think I'm going to change it though, because I would like some different hand traps in the deck. But we played 3 Nibiru in the main deck and 3 Veiler. I figured like these ones can like either one. If you draw it, you could Small World. Say you draw Nibiru, then you go into Veiler into Lubellion, and also Nib Veiler works pretty well together in general. That was my philosophy behind it. But I think having access to like cards like Ash or things of that nature in the main deck would be nice, because sometimes you're just left watching your opponent play and you have no interaction because you're only playing like the 6 hand traps and the 3 Bystials. But in theory, it did end up working out for me. Actually, had a different locals. It did not work out for me because I small world into the wrong thing. But overall, that is a clean 40 card deck. Honestly, looking to make some small changes, just to hand traps and side deck and whatnot. But overall, the deck performed unreal. For the extra deck, we have Nothung. He's crazy. He just makes your board so much bigger a lot of the time. All burns for 8, so I mean, you got that. Extra normal summon as well, so he's crazy. Boris Storm, crazy card. Gives access also to the Assault Dragon by banishing himself and Blackwing Dragon. Card's nuts. Can modulate its level to whatever you need it to be, really. Crazy card. Silverwind. This is what I mostly go into off Twin Shadow. It's a nice, like, it beats just a lot of decks by itself. They normal, special, something. You say, okay, on summon, Twin Shadow, go, pop 2, and they're usually left with not much. You play the 2 Blackwing Dragons, because you summon one with Vada, and the other one you send to the grave with Chinook most of the time. Because when you use them as a Veiler, you have to send a Blackwing or Blackwing Synchro or Blackwing Dragon from extra deck to grave on resolution. So he comes up. We play 3 of the Assault Dragon. This just wins so many games by itself. Like sometimes even just 2 of them is enough just to like burn your opponent the entire game. Like 1400 per monster effect. Not many decks could really do much about that. Like this caught a Book of Moon like I think 3 times on that Sunday. Like just and I still had the other one like live, right? So it feels like it's a wasted interaction for them, which is like exactly what you want. My matchups were pretty tough. Like Gold Pride Punk round 1, that was a tough matchup. Ended up winning 2-1. I played against a Manadium player, a Runic Stun player, and a Vanquish Soul player. And against Vanquish Soul and Manadium, like this just cooked. Yeah, not much else to say. Yeah, especially against Gold Pride Punk, this cooked even more. Ziaman is cost 2,000 at that point. You play the 1 Full Armor Master, and this card is like, honestly, by itself wins games a lot of the time. This gives you just like a free win against Flu, basically, so you don't have to worry about that matchup. Yeah, the card is nuts. Like it does so much, especially in a grind game. It's great. So for the non-Blackwing cards, we got Omega. I actually pulled this off, the combo to bring this out in Rip 2 in my last round against Runic Stun. Had the perfect hand for it. You really need like Lubellion, Assault Synchron, and then Simoon and another Blackwing to pull it off. And my hand was sculpted, I guess. I don't know. It was crazy. So we got Omega, Draco Berserker. He comes up, not that often, but he does come up. Good card to have, good 8 to make. He's also dark when you get dark locked. We have Excel, that's for the Assault Synchron lines in the combo. And then Baron, Dissipator, Chaos Angel. Dissipator is unreal in this deck. Just provides so much recursion, bringing your Blackwings back from the banished. Just it does a lot. I love that I can play Baron in this deck now, because like the Kali Yuga version, it's very tough to get to Baron. But with this build, it's so simple. When you have like, there's some routes you don't even have to go for the Lubellion route. You just end up making it there. And then Chaos Angel doesn't come up as often, but going second, it does actually come up quite often when you just need a 10 to make. And you're Dark Locked, of course. For the side deck, we have 1 Duster and 2 Lightning Storm. I prefer this over Cosmic, to be honest with you, because I just feel like it just... I was scared more of like decks like Labyrinth, where Cosmic won't really do much, whereas Lightning Storm, Duster, they just deal with the entire problem and allow me to play. Then we have Evenly, pretty self-explanatory as well. Same thing for back row, as well as just big boards that I feel like Evenly would be good into. Um, so that's for those, the board breakers. Then I opted to play 3 Droll. Won my matchup against Manadium with this. Pretty self-explanatory. It's in there for the combo decks that like you can't really play through when you're going second. It just depends. Like that's what my side deck was catered to, like those types of decks. We have 3 Ash. I felt like it was just a necessary inclusion into the deck somewhere. Um, yeah, Ash is just generically like unreal right now. And then the last card I wanted to play, which I have been testing for a while now, for about 2-3 weeks, and it does come up pretty often, is DD Crow. And this did come up against, I think it was against Manadium. Yeah, it was against Manadium where Calarium tried to summon back and I just stopped them. Just Crow. Simple as that. I opted to play 0 going first cards in this list in the side deck because I feel like the deck is just honestly just good enough going first. Like not many decks could really keep up with you. But I do feel like I do want to play some sort of going first card just to help the deck really push through sometimes when you break or you get interrupted, which doesn't break that often, but when it does, it is pretty tough to deal with. Yeah, I think that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. 4-0, my playmat is coming soon with the Scarred Red Dragon Archery on it, so super hyped for that. But yeah, that's our Cine Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing out. Peace.